You good over there, Foxy?
Oh, I'm doing good, yeah.
Good with the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
This one goes out to Catfish and OVC.
Yeah.
The days of shaky cam and talking next to the camera, which violates all rules of filming.
The days of Catfish past?
Yeah.
Oh, the days of Catfish. I do miss you. But it has been like a whole 2 weeks since you were here in town, so we're doing a throwback episode. It's mostly the OVC that I miss, really. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Max's Super Awesome Comic Review Show. This week is a particularly good week for books. As opposed to finding books to fill the top 5, we had to cut books off of the top 5 that definitely deserve to be there. A few of those books, Lazarus, The Walking Dead, definitely go check them out. They're amazing. We've talked about them a lot. Foxy is nodding in agreement with wide eyes.
Yes. Also, all new Captain America. I think it just keeps getting better, honestly.
Yeah, you've really been liking that, and I think hearing your synopsis for issue, what, 3 or 4?
3.
3. I'm gonna have to go check out. I'm gonna have to check out 2.
Yeah.
2 and 3, because that sounds pretty good.
His pet falcon or whatever is still carrying the shield, though, so.
Still do not approve, but whatever. After some of the physics that Millar got away with in the top 5.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm done with it.
Now he needs answers.
Alright.
What is that behind you, by the way?
This is a giant poster for Outcast. Yeah, it's taller than I am. I mean, not that much taller than I am, but it is quite a bit taller than I am. It's really cool. Yeah, they sent this out when they sent out issue number 1. We had it on sale at the store and nobody wanted it, so
Boom.
it lives. It lives here in the studio. First up on our list of runner-ups, there was a new Adventure Time mini-series. It's Marceline Gone Adrift. Having not read a whole lot of the Adventure Time shorts, I don't have a lot of context for it, but I did read it and it did make me laugh a whole bunch, so I take that as a good sign. That was the joy of my life. Now let's move into the things.
To sorrow.
To sorrow. Things that upset Maxx and Foxy. And really, I think all intelligent, decent human beings everywhere.
Decent human beings being the main thing.
Right, we're gonna start with S.H.I.E.L.D. issue number 2. Foxy read it. Foxy loved it. Foxy read issue 1. Foxy loved issue 1 as well. So if you're a fan of the Marvel Universe, really cool thing to read. This issue featured Miss Marvel and what, pancake batter villain?
Pizza dough villain.
That was hilarious.
It was.
And pretty cool. But anyway, this is on the honorable mention because it's a really good series, and it becomes a moment of sorrow because we have to talk about. Let's talk about the YouTubes and the comment section. We read these. If you're gonna write hate mail on my YouTube page, please leave an address so that I can come fight you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need racial bashing. I don't need stereotypes that make no sense. And just because YouTube doesn't say that it's hateful language, I have a higher standard than YouTube does.
I can't remember the direct quote because we deleted it, but basically, there's no need to hate.
No hate. This is comics. Comics should be fun. You can leave.
And Miss Marvel's religious and cultural background, they don't really come into play a lot when she's saving people's lives.
Yeah, certainly also not a real person, so not infiltrating anything.
Right?
Now it needs answers. But yeah, I was dumbfounded when you told me that story. I was like, what, really? Okay, and other things that make us upset. Batgirl issue number 38. No, just kidding. This was wonderful. This has been a wonderful series. Very much enjoying it. But I guess, Foxy, you know a little bit more of the details on this than I do, but I guess in the previous issue, 37, it's revealed that the person that was pretending to be Batgirl was actually a man, and I guess members of the transgendered community took offense to that.
Or at least one in particular did.
Yeah, and started sort of a Twitter...
A tweet storm arose.
I call them Twitter lynch mobs.
Yeah, they're your favorite.
They are not my favorite. Look, I understand that this is the 21st century and that there are things that we as a society are becoming more aware of what we can and cannot say, and while for the most part I do strongly agree with that general direction that our society is moving into, let's keep it all into perspective here. Not everything is a war against this culture or these ideas or that ideas. Sometimes a story is just a story.
also a knee-jerk reaction that doesn't take into consideration the facts of the story, that's where I draw the line. Like, yeah, raise hell if it's a problem, but that wasn't about a transgendered person. That was about a person who doesn't even self-identify as a cross-dresser, though it was a cross-dressing story element. You know, at best it was cross-dressing, but it wasn't really that either because they were hired to do it. They don't even identify as a cross-dresser. It had nothing to do with gender politics whatsoever. And Batgirl's response was surprised because she thought she was fighting a woman. That's it.
Yeah. I would be surprised as well.
Yeah, it's just, boggles my mind. And knowing I follow Cameron Stewart on Twitter and stuff, gender issues are on his mind. He is aware of and in favor of equal rights and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've read his Batgirl. This does not strike me as the book written by a narrow-minded or closed-minded individual that would have any sort of agenda against anyone's desire to dress, act, or identify with any gender preference. So, anyway, there's our 2 cents about that.
That being said, how was issue 38?
Dude, issue 38 was awesome. I don't know how this book continues to get like the hate that it gets because this thing is awesome. Definitely number 2 on my list of favorite DC books that I'm reading right now. Number 1 being, actually,
Multiversity.
yeah. All right, so this is number 3.
What's number 2?
Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, regular old Scott Snyder Batman. Endgame has been fantastic. So, and then Multiversity, number 1. Gotta be. How can it not be? All right, well. That's enough of our...
How could it not be? Well,
how could it not be?
Well, if your name was Foxy, it would be Batgirl number 1, Multiversity number 2, Batman number 3. But, you know,
all right.
They're pretty close.
No, you're pretty close. All right, that's enough with our ramblings about...
No more soapboxing.
Yeah, no more soapbox.
All top 5 all the
My
time.
show, I'll soapbox if I want to. Next week, all soapbox. All right, let's move on to the top 5. Coming in at number 5... Really excited for this, and I was even more excited when I found out it was a magazine format. This is Boom Studios Boombox issue number 1, limited edition. This is an anthology of all of Boom Studios' biggest hits. All the cool things that Boom Studios is doing are inside of this packaging. If you haven't been paying attention to the books that Boom has been putting out, let's see, The Midas Flesh, Munchkin, Lumberjanes, Teen Dog, Cyanide and Happiness, and introducing Punk Rock Grandpa, Misunderstood Haunted House, The Last Bigfoot, Animals Are Pretty Weird Y'all, Teen President, Help Us Great Warrior, A Porta Potty on Remington Lane, and Worst Witches. I don't know what a porta potty on Remington Lane is, but it sounds pretty cool to me. Or Misunderstood Haunted House. He just wants to be loved. He kills you. And the Munchkin story in here looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what this thing is, but also looks fantastic.
Totally.
So yeah, go check this out. It is $10. It does have a price.
But
pretty steep price.
Oversized, really good printing. Better than anything Marvel's putting out as far as printing is concerned.
It's twice the price of what a Marvel book is going to cost you in 2015, and it might actually live to the end of 2015.
Right.
Whereas most of the things you buy from Marvel will disintegrate in your hand.
And with a higher page count, and, you know...
Yeah. Can we go back to the soapbox just for a second?
All right, re-soapbox.
So I can rant and rave about how it's going to cost me $30 to read my Marvel books this week. Absurd.
I'm all about recycled paper and stuff. That's great. But charge me recycled paper rates.
Right. Don't cut your printing costs in half and then raise everything else by $2.
That's
doesn't work that way. I don't like it.
No.
No, and it's hard to sell your books, Marvel. Cut me a break, okay? I'm trying over here.
Yeah.
Now he needs answers. I love this poster. Alright, coming in at number 4, it is Wild's End issue number 5. There is 1 issue to go, and man, so much fun contained in these pages. And actually, in this one I read the back matter because Foxy insisted that I did. Thank you, Foxy.
You're
This was
welcome.
really good. Doesn't really change the story, but it definitely enriches the story. But our main, I won't call them heroes or protagonists, but our main group of characters, some of them flawed, some of them pretty wonderful, they've managed to survive their earliest encounters with the aliens, and now they are looking for a way to warn the world and to maybe destroy it. Foxy, do you think it's going to happen in issue 6?
I actually feel like they're all gonna die.
Yeah, me too. That's I loved it when the goat comes out.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Get off my lawn!
Passer! You damn kids and your hip hop!
Poof!
At number 3, here is Jupiter's Legacy issue number 5. Now I know that this breaks every single rule that I've ever established for this show, which is that if you have delays, you don't make it into my top 5, but I was feeling a little bit lazy, so rules were not enforced today.
Also, you're a sucker for Frank Quitely.
Also that. So, Jupiter's Legacy, issue number 5. We're finally going to wrap up the first story arc. It was really cool. You know, we had some fun with it, joking around and kind of nitpicking things here and there, because it seems like Millar is working on a bunch of different stuff right now, so the physics of this world were not as usually well thought out as, you know, other things that he's written.
Yeah, if you
Totally
think too hard about a couple of the things, it's like, wait, what? But
yeah, but the art amazing, and then the story. I mean, the last 6 pages were just the coolest superhero battles that I've read in a while.
yeah,
All right, moving on. I thought Foxy was gonna have more to say there.
nope,
It's a quiet night for Foxy. I should put you behind the camera more often.
that's right.
Nah,
Just getting the job done.
our fans would revolt. Like the dude that called the store today, the fox. Like, yes, the fox is really here.
Is the fox there? I love that I got a call.
Now he really needs some of these.
Now he needs answers.
All right, coming in at number 2, and really it might have been a number 1, but somebody commented that we're too fond of number 1, so now I'm feeling self-conscious. I'm just kidding.
No,
People think.
we're gonna have more number 1s. You don't even worry about it.
It is Marvel, the Star Wars issue number 1, written by Jason Aaron and illustrated by Cyanide. It was awesome.
Totally.
For people that have been waiting for Star Wars to feel like Star Wars, this book does it. And as much as I love the Brian Wood Star Wars one, didn't really feel like a Star Wars book, didn't really feel like it was in that universe. This one, I mean, it's amazing. And the scene where Darth Vader is just destroying everything feels like Darth Vader. Everything about this book was perfect. You couldn't add anything to this.
No, it was pitch perfect. The art was great, and yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Star Wars, you'd be doing yourself a disservice not reading this book.
And actually, if you've never considered yourself a fan of Star Wars, I would still advise you to read this and pick it up because it might change your mind about that.
It is good comics.
It is good comics. Bringing us to number 1. It is Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 9. What?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever made it. I mean, it's made it on the top 5. It's definitely never been number 1, though, right?
No, I don't even think it's been number 2.
No.
I mean, get it? Because it's never been bad. I made a funny laugh. What Bendis has been able to do with the Ultimate Spider-Man universe for the last, amazing. I don't know how he does it, but this issue tells 2 stories all simultaneously, all perfectly, flawlessly. It never loses you, it never jars you, it never makes you bored. Even for someone like myself who's never considered themselves a big Spider-Man fan, or really invested in the Ultimate Universe at all. In fact, Cataclysm I thought was kind of cool. Like, yeah, wipe it all away. And then I read it and then I decided it wasn't cool. But no, I feel so connected to Miles Morales by the end of this issue, and to his family, and to like all of the events of his lives. And then there's this crazy backstory to the Kingpin that goes all crime noir on you with these giant, like, beautiful 2-page spreads. I mean, one, like the Kingpin takes up seriously 2 pages. He's giant. It's amazing. If you are not reading Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, and you are a fan of comic books, you need to go check out issue number 9. Because it will change your mind about that book. It will make you want to read everything about it.
And, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, but there's too many issues that came before, like, I don't know how I'm going to catch up. You don't really need to read everything that came before. You don't even need to read everything that came, like, there was a reboot even within Miles Morales. You could just start on,
right?
Yeah, Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. You're dropped in the middle of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. You don't get the origin story or whatever, but it makes sense.
Or you can do what I do, which is team up with a fox who's really pushy, and he makes you read things that you have no context for, and you enjoy them anyway.
Yeah.
I read the last 3 issues at your insistence, and enjoyed every single one of them. And yeah, the first one I was a little like, I don't really get that, but it's cool. And by now I'm like,
well, and this two-parter didn't really require much of you because it is going back in time and telling like an origin story, so you don't really need to have context of everything that Miles has done or Peter Parker did, because Peter Parker doesn't come up at all, and Miles is there as a framing element.
Yep.
So
yeah, I would say 8 and 9 are excellent places to start reading if you want to go with a, I was gonna say cheap investment, but let's see what the price is now on it. $3.99. It's actually not bad, Marvel.
yeah.
Okay, that's it for this week's top 5 picks for the Maxx Super Awesome Comic Review Show. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to write us. But, you know, like I said, it's going to be hateful. Leave an address. We'll fight. It's cool. Until next time, stay frosty.